I'm back in Wrightwood after having been evacuated for a week because of the fire. Story is, I was on the call with Autumn. She usually exaggerates things, so I totally thought she was blowing this out of proportion. Tells me sky's growing black. I start driving up there. I'm like 15 minutes to Wrightwood. It's all black. I get up here. She calls me panicked. She's leaving. She left me alone, bro. Can you believe that? Can you
Where were
believe
you?
that? I was driving up from my job. And so I
Okay.
show up
Driving
here
home.
and there's like a deep red. Like you can't see flames, but it's like a deep red that's surrounding the entire thing. The sky was this deep red, just surrounded by black. And so I rush in, I give myself like 3 minutes, pack the essentials, get on out, drive down. It took me maybe 20 minutes before I saw clear skies. And I was out for like a week. I think Wrightwood lost like 20 homes, which, yeah, is tragic, but all things considered, this place could have been fucking decimated, bro. Within the span of like an hour, the fire jumped across a highway. We didn't think it would come up this way at all. And the wind just blew it in our direction. But we're
Oh my.
back. Firefighters saved
Um,
us. God
are there
bless.
are there homes like around you that are like torched?
No, no, no. So we're lucky because we're right in town proper. We're like next to the library and the elementary school. So they were like most heavily guarding this area. The only ones that got destroyed are like the outskirts, cabins in the middle of the woods, that kind of
Oh.
stuff. Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, that's so wild that we talked like I feel like it was like 2 weeks ago now,
I think it was 2 weeks. Yeah.
where like I hit you up. I'm like, hey, bud, like we're doing the podcast, and you're like, dude, we're just evacuated from the Whitewood fires. I'm like, Whitewood fires. I remember it was really hot and it was windy, but I didn't think about fires for some reason.
Well,
And
that
then
was a question for you too, bro, because I feel like if you're in LA, do you feel kind of disconnected from it? Like you guys weren't really hearing about it. It was on the news, but like you still.
Well, so I don't, I mean, in general, my day tends to, it depends whether I'm getting the news or not. I actually do like to watch the local news and keep up a little bit on my phone, but I hadn't seen anything about it that day. And sometimes days go by where I'm like kind of on the court all day and everything, kind of in the zone.
I don't pay
And
attention.
totally. And and then after I saw that though, I think it was like either that night or the next day, I was watching the news and it was like two biggest fires from this like heat wave and like windstorm. One of them being Mount Baldy, which is like East LA, and then the other one was Wrightwood. And like
Yeah.
it was all, and it wasn't even like, oh, this general area north of LA. It was like where you live, Wrightwood. And I was like, oh shit, dude. And immediately I was like, how insensitive of me to not recognize that for
No,
Jacob.
but bro, look, man, all things considered, you are one of the very few who like checked in and you checked in again, which I so
Uh,
fucking appreciate, bro, because
ah,
in those times you really see like who's there for you. You know what I mean? It's easy to be there when it's like all good and everything, but bro,
yeah.
it's a short list of people. I can count on one hand, man, people who are like checking in. So I
I,
appreciate it.
I appreciate that. Also, who knows anyways, easy. I don't know. But that being said, um, first of all, I miss you, buddy. Dude, it feels like forever.
It does feel like a while. Feels like
Yeah.
a minute, dude.
Uh,
We got to
last
keep the weekly thing going. This has got to start getting in motion again. And I feel like it's going to. Like
this
we're
is the
back.
only time. This is the only time we've
It
ever
literally
not done that
within
in like
like two and a half,
3 years.
3 years. The only hiatus. But I need in my
Don't be
life at
worried,
least
man.
once a week, minimum.
Yeah, me too. But my schedule has changed a lot, obviously, with the newer job since June. So, and
We're on
we've
the
got
same
like
page, I
close to
think.
having to miss like a bunch of times. So I actually see where your sentiment's coming from with that. But I know I think maybe Tuesdays in general are just
Tuesdays are perfect for me. It works out great with my jujitsu schedule. Perfect.
but the days that are tougher for me, I generally do at work. I work like 6 to 8 on Mondays and Wednesdays, and for some reason I always kind of tease you along as like I'm gonna get out early or something, but it always ends up I don't know. I overbook myself on
Bro,
Wednesdays.
things shift, and we're very soon going to be on our film sets, and we're going to be like, well, I'm going to fit in my podcast. You're there on set.
Through that, and we'll have to
We'll
adjust
adjust
in it
accordingly.
for
But this
that
is our
exactly.
consistent.
So yeah, no. Don't gotta tell me twice. And yeah, for now Tuesdays is good. Um,
You're repping the brand, I see. How's that
Yeah, a
doing?
little VM, a little VM. It's awesome. So what's been the updates of that? There's one big one, but I'm just trying to think if I'm missing anything else. We had a pop-up the other day at the Sportsman's Lodge. Um, and
Classy.
it was awesome. It was awesome. Some celebs came out and whatnot.
What do they do at the lodge?
So the Sportsman's
Cigars.
Lodge, the
What's the
Sportsman's Lodge
lodge?
is a location in Studio City off Ventura Boulevard that used to be kind of an iconic haunt restaurant bar that like Bing Crosby and Frank Sinatra wrote White Christmas at. Um, but for the last 40, 50 years, it was just kind of like a dying old restaurant, decaying really. And so they didn't even like kind of preserve it and renovate it. They just kind of scrapped it, turned it into a hotel that was semi-tasteful, not that tasteful, and a new mall, outdoor mall. And the mall is really nice, but and they still kept the sign and stuff, which is cool. But I think they could have done better. That being said, it's a great location for exposure for getting people to see value mentality. And we've thought about like there's an Erewhon there, there's an Equinox, there's a all these great restaurants. So we're like, we've been thinking for the longest time, like, hey, we want to do a pop-up there. And finally one of them came up and we got into it. And we did it and it was sick and good for morale. We sold a lot of stuff and a lot of things are moving to that. We brought on, but the big news is we brought on we're working with him now a little bit. We're gonna see where it goes. This dude who's like a business head and just advisor, and it's epic. We're having like meetings once a week. We've had two now, kind of extensive meetings. My dad's in on them now.
Cool.
Me, Tanner, and like just kind of to light a fire under our ass, just enhance what we're doing.
And he's worked on like brands or what's his resume?
Yeah, so he's kind of like a serial entrepreneur, mainly in the tech space. He was actually a big head at Vimeo in the beginning. He made Vimeo. I mean, he's told us stories already about how they kind of championed getting like Gus Van Sant and like a lot of these indie filmmakers to come make content in the early days of Vimeo. Um, anyway, so it's just a kind of a point person that really knows how to do things like raise capital when the time is right, how to make our brand the best that it could possibly be. So we're not missing the protocol. Anyway, that's that.
That's
Um,
exciting.
yeah, there's a pickleball movie that is in production that Ben Stiller's producing. Did I mention that?
You mentioned it. Are
Okay.
are you involved or is it lighting
Well,
pickleball wise?
so
It's
our family friend is the supervisor for like tennis and pickleball on it.
right.
And they're like, Duke, like we read the script, there's a part in it that's perfect for you, which is so nice of them to do. And and then I actually got hit up about it from like my roommate who's an agent. He's like, dude, you got to audition for this. Like, what are you doing? And I hit up my reps and they're a little like just kind of not excited about it. And they're like, we submitted you. And they were very nice. My reps are great. But uh ultimately there was kind of like a halt to everything. And then I talked to my family friends that are working on it, and they're like, yeah, we haven't really heard anything about the movie. And we're like good friends with the assistant director, the first AD. They worked with him on another thing. And they're like, we can like get a word in for you and like really push your thing along, once you have your audition and stuff. And I'm like, I can't even get a freaking audition. But then it turns out my manager's like, they claim they haven't really moved forward with this part yet, or really like a lot of the parts. So it's produced by Ben Stiller and it's a big thing, but it's also
It's in limbo a little bit, sounds
it's
like.
in limbo. It's like an indie movie, technically probably like a fancy indie. And I'm just trying to make sure I'm doing all I can to get in a movie that seems like it's meant to be, but also who knows? Like you just gotta make sure you do the best because like stuff like this, it'll probably end up being terrible, but it could just be a good business opportunity to get in front of these people and stuff.
Yeah. All that sounds great, bro. You're doing all the things that you can control, and that's all you can do.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah, I hit up a couple other producers too that try to get them to help, and A lot of little things.
What's
Yeah, some
interesting
other
is
great
like
stuff I'll talk to you about off camera as well. That's just I just reminded about. Yeah,
sometimes the best part.
it,
Uh,
it usually is.
yeah, that's exciting, bro. That's really exciting.
Yeah.
Uh, I've got I've drummed up some numbers on my creepy Martha uh little
TikTok.
alter ego thing. Yeah,
Yeah,
TikTok I'm at like I think 62,000, and then Instagram, which I'm most excited about. I just like
50,000 what?
followers.
No way.
Yeah, I think it's like 2.5 mil likes. But
Oh,
I'm most excited about because TikTok can be kind of finicky. You know, one day you're the king of the world, the next day like no one gives a shit. That's TikTok. But I fucking love Instagram, bro. And I'm already at I just crossed 20K, I think like yesterday.
followers
Hmm.
with it's like a specific brand. What is it?
It's called Creepy Martha, and my most viewed video on there is like 19 mil. And I just started the Instagram like, I don't know, 3 weeks ago or something.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So that'll be good for a feature, hopefully. I can spin that.
Dude, you got to get Creepy Martha to wear a Valley Mentality hat.
Bro, we'll do some cross promotion. I'm good with that.
Yeah, I think it's got to be.
I don't know how those brands line up at all. We're pretty much murdering children, but we'll find a way.
That's what artists do. They figure out a way.
Yeah.
Oh, congrats, man. That sounds awesome.
Thanks, bro. It's fun. It's fun to get it forces me to be creative every day because I'm trying to release every night and I don't give a shit. Some nights I'm really tired and I don't want to do it. Like last time I was like, but then I do it and it's at like the one yesterday was like is like 15K, you know? So
Of
it's
likes or views.
views. So it's
So how
just
many, like likes on that? Like 7,000 or something? Five, probably 3,000.
I think it's like 700 views on mine.
700 likes.
Yeah, 700 likes.
Yeah. Which is still crazy. 700 random strangers just liking it.
Yeah, it's true, man. It's true. I like it because I felt like I was on a dry, I not felt like I was definitely on a dry spell with YouTube. I've started posting. I just need to repurpose now those for YouTube Shorts, and the YouTube thing could potentially spike. So we'll see. But
Love it.
it's fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, bro, talking about indies, I'm definitely shooting my first indie feature July 2025. It's happening at my parents' home in New Jersey. I've got the schedule already. I'm like 80% through the budget. It's going to be budgeted between 2 to 300K. I've got the DP lined up. I've got some actors in place. I wrote it with the intention of it being the highest quality, highest concept thing, but being able to budget it in a responsible way. I know that I can make a sale and I know I can make a profit on this when I execute it right. So that's happening.
Yeah. Where would you sell it to? What's the sale?
So I'm gonna take it to market. I've got bro, like here's the thing. The script before this that I mean I got the attachment for, we've talked about that. The script before that, I did the whole water bottle tour of meeting people in the industry, and trying to get excitement and everything. And there are some great people that I met, but there I had a script. And so I've still got that open dialogue with them that I can re-enter the conversation, but I want to have the film. So I have that where I'll go to them once I have the finished, fully financed movie. And I might even reapproach once I have the money in the bank too before I shoot. And then even if that doesn't work out, I'll start hitting the markets. So I'll go to AFM and EFM and March Do Film. Like I finally understand the whole scope of the whole thing. And people make you feel like as an artist that like there's so much information or it's so complex and you don't know how the fuck it works. It's so fucking easy, bro. Like once you get through all of it and kind of see like how it works, it's really not that much stuff that goes into it.
I love the phrase water bottle tour.
That's it, bro. What else? What else are you doing but collecting those water bottles?
There's a lot of water bottles, like mini ones. Like, there started being this tournament at Calabasas Pickleball Club where like everyone from Netflix, CAA, William Morris, UTA, they're all the heads of them are playing. And like I just started meeting everyone last week.
That's great. That's huge. But also, man, it's almost a comedy. It's a fucking comedy because a majority of those motherfuckers don't even like pickleball. A lot of those guys are just doing it. I mean, yeah, there are guys that get into it, but for the love of the sport.
Point taken, yeah.
But I think it's so funny that they're glomming onto this now. This is the hottest thing. At
Yeah.
least with you, bro, you actually have love for the game. You played tennis a little bit. You were at that fucking court by my apartment playing tennis one Saturday. Remember that shit? I
Yep.
was like, Duke, what's up?
That
It was
was
a block away.
epic
You were
running.
playing tennis, and
Epic
that's when you were starting to get into pickleball stuff. So you actually have a love for the game. But a lot of these guys in their suits are like fucking, it's the next thing.
They're not in their suits playing, bro.
That's what I'm picturing though. I'm picturing they're not like fitted right.
Agent from the Matrix. Agent from the Matrix with the glasses and suits and like all playing.
Exactly. Little
Um,
briefcase.
no, these are like tennis players and stuff. But I mean, yeah, a lot of people get into it for the trend and stuff. I mean, I'm sure that was probably on my mind at first too. But uh dude, and I think as I was leaving, someone comes up and puts their name down for the tournament. He goes, uh, Michael Mann. Just put my name down as Mike Mann. I'm a sub in. And I'm just like, what the I'm pretty sure that's the director. It's just like, what the heck?
Me and his Mike Man. No one's ever called that guy Mike Man.
Mike Mann. Maybe they do behind closed doors.
Hey, if you start calling him Mike, um, bro, I hear that guy is a lot. I know people who, but look, we're not gonna drag
Wow.
you here.
Wow. I guess this could turn into a gossip column. People get dirt about Hollywood
Dude,
here.
I personally know. And also, what's going to be interesting too is as we continue to ascend and we start associating like with these people, we won't be able to be fully authentic because we got to maintain some kind of behind closed doors, off camera, we'll talk. But
Authentic.
that's also a known fact, bro. Everyone knows that. Everyone knows that. You know?
That we're not authentic.
No, not the.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, man, I hate all the finger pointing in Hollywood, though. Who's to say? I mean, if
What they're
someone's
really
in a
like.
bad mood one day. I mean, P. Diddy, probably a great guy, bro.
That's the hottest take.
It's not a serious take. I'm just saying. Um, that being said,
Baby oil.
people, I don't know. Baby oil is all I gotta say. Uh, what else has been going on, bro? I just joined Equinox.
Yo, one thing real quick. I want to dig into Equinox.
No, please change the subject.
That thing
Yeah.
um, I was thinking about for like a day, like a solid 24 hours after you were hyping up pickleball so much. Maybe I'll join Calabasas, even though it's literally like 2 hours away from where I live. Yeah, I know you're all excited, but
No,
bro,
just surprised.
but that's the thing. It's not me. It's not me. I don't have any luck, bro. I don't like tennis. I don't like pickleball. I know it's all the rage and respect, and I love how into the game you are. But like, bro, like jujitsu is my thing. You know what I mean? And so
No,
I just feel like stay true to who you are,
no.
and there's a vehicle of getting to wherever you want as long as you're staying true to who you are. So I'm a
Disagree.
program.
Ding, ding, ding. Wrong answer. I didn't think pickleball was me when I heard about it. A wiffle ball,
You were
dinking.
playing tennis all the time.
Tennis is considered
That's an
so
easy transition.
All right, I see what you're saying, but like, if you conform to what you think is you from afar, you'll never try anything new. So easy to do that. Just like how you used to say, "Oh, all I like is horror, and I don't need balance in my life." Dude, you're so
That's true. I have
stubborn
more
for
balance.
not.
You taught me that. I have more balance. But I could also be mediocre,
Don't limit yourself. Yes, it's good to know what you like. There's something and do
but
that well. And it's
there's
great that
also,
you have your passions.
yeah, but there's also,
Don't let it get in the way of you trying something that might be a calling for
I
yourself.
agree. I think it's important to try different things, but I would also argue that you could be mediocre at a bunch of things, but you get really fucking good at a specific few. And there's something, bro. I want that black belt so bad.
I'm gonna tap into more of the hot take from that all because it Jerry
Oh,
Seinfeld said that like he's one of many that are like, oh, you got to get good at just a few things. Great, we love excelling at one thing, but most people won't try shit. What's the exception? What's the rule? The exception tends to be that like people won't try stuff, and I don't know. I guess people don't really excel at one thing either necessarily, but I mean, is it too much to ask for both? Like
well, what I would
I do
say,
both.
no, I agree with you. And you know what? Now I'm thinking about it. You're pushing me a little outside my comfort zone. I realize if I were to set foot on the court at Calabasas, I'd be a little intimidated. I'll say it. I'd be a little intimidated. But you know what, Duke? I'll do it once. I'll try it once. Some Saturday, I'll come out there. You'll be there. We'll make it happen once. Or do you have to be a
While
member? Do you have to be a full-on member to do it?
no, no. All right. Well, I appreciate everything you're saying. It's so wildly like surprising and hilarious. First of all, pickleball in general, you don't necessarily need to try on a big stage. Like there's there's all different types of levels that are not intimidating in the slightest. A lot of those are at Calabasas as well. Secondly, you don't necessarily need to join Calabasas. You don't even need to join to play there. Like you can easily play as a guest to
Pop in.
me. I'm happy to shepherd you. Dude, I will make it a breeze. Thirdly, you don't have to commit to anything. It's not intimidating. Like there's all different types of people that play pickleball at all different types of passions. Like you there's it's just no expectations, dude. You're so all or nothing, bro. Like
That's me, bro. That is me. That's a fault.
no, again, you're pigeonholing yourself.
Totally, bro. Look, it's my greatest strength and my greatest weakness.
Okay.
When I go in on something, I do go fucking all in. This Instagram shit, I was like, you know what? I feel like starting reels now. And I fucking went for it. And the results are there. But yeah, it does. I mean, it does limit me. I'm then in one lane.
But by the way, as balanced as I might seem, I mean, if you ask my mom, she would say like Duke is so over obsessive about things. Once he gets into something, it becomes his life. And when she said that recently, I was like, I think there's some people that would kind of argue against that. Like I to a lot of people, I seem pretty kind of even keeled, and like I like to like try a lot of different
Honest,
things. And
casual. Yeah.
yeah, and with like pickleball, for instance, it was not necessarily obsessive out of the gates. And I told myself after a little bit, I was like, if I can make this as a day job thing, if I kind of train at this for a while. I told my dad the other day, I did not expect. Why would anyone really expect that you could commit to something for 2 years, get your teaching license, and do it on a big level? Not just phoning it in and getting the teacher's certificate and then not really teaching, but like you know, for like a life checkbox, like it was really something for myself to like set out to do it. 2 years later, freaking doing it, and that's something.
Yeah. I guess take it one day at a time.
That's my point, bro. And that's just a healthy way to approach everything.
Right.
You have
Cool.
but then in between that, you know, pickleball can service something for you, like, and you shouldn't need anything in life. Like everything that you turn into like sort of this like overbearing, like, oh, I need this. This is my identity. Fuck
I
it.
need the wide release though, bro. I need the wide release.
Uh, exactly, exactly. But in a lot of ways, like even as much as you say that, you have been very flexible and you do try a lot of different modalities of filmmaking and all this different stuff. So
Yeah, but I do look at the end point a lot, and I don't usually stay in the day to day. Every day for me is driving towards something. Even me saying the black belt shit. You know what I mean? It's not like, oh, let me go to jujitsu class and have a good time. I'm like looking at the black belt. That's the way my mind works. but I
What?
can be a little more flexible on
Yeah.
that. Have a good time, try some pickleball, surf every once in a while. You
I
know,
I think that's kind of the healthy way, like stoicism and all that. They say like have the goal, and then in the day to day, kick your feet up, try your best, but also counter that by like not being just result driven. You have to actually like
yeah,
enjoy the journey. Yeah,
I agree. I agree. This is some real shit, bro.
let me tell you, man.
Again, these are gems just dropping from the sky.
Who would have thought? I mean, dude, the stuff that's happened lately, like it's awesome. We got big things in the works.
Big things in the works. I know you're not going to say specifics, but I can you allude to what like area you're talking about? Is it acting
Film, yeah.
film? Okay. Not TV.
Eh,
Oh, well,
no.
film and television, man.
It's
You
a
cross-
narrative.
Yeah.
It's a narrative.
Tony's next. You'll go
Yep.
for the Tony, you'll be the EGOT. You're covering all areas, bro.
Dude, musical soap opera. The musical soap opera.
How's your voice? Can you sing?
Fa la 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 la. Answer the question.
Regular Hugh Jackman right there.
Call me Wolverine. Wolverine, the musical.
You
Why
think
must I
that?
have this metal out of my fingers? Not bad. Pickleball musical would be interesting.
That would be great. That would be great. And bro, like this Stiller project is stalled up. Like I feel like opportunity's ripe right now for some pickleball content. It's like
Yeah.
I mean, bro, even like how is pickleball short form stuff, like comedy stuff? Is that big? Because jujitsu side of things, that
Huge.
shit's huge.
Yeah. Yeah, it's big. There's a lot of like TikToks and YouTube and everything.
My favorite jujitsu comedy bit was it's like when a robber breaks into your house and the guy's like scooching across the ground like in position. It's all like always a starting position of jujitsu and
Oh,
he's like
really?
looking for the robber.
That's so obvious and it seems pretty funny.
Yeah.
How like jujitsu doesn't actually apply to like
Yeah. It's like we have all this shit and
yeah.
yeah, it's just
Tanner said he's kind of done with jujitsu, dude.
no shit. Did he tell you why?
Done done getting beat up.
That's a common thing. You get away with it. I mean, bro, I got bruises over my entire like fucking body right now. It's just it comes with the turf.
You're pretty jacked though, bro. Is that from the gym or is that from jujitsu?
Thanks, bro. It's from the gym. The jujitsu stuff will slim you out. I'm trying to
What?
cut a little bit. I have my first tournament um next month.
Congrats, dude.
Thanks,
Have you
bro.
had any like filmmaking like networking stuff through jujitsu?
You know what? No, but I'm curious. People in the industry probably do it, right?
Oh, it's huge, dude. Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy. But I mean, if I went to his gym, but I think the problem is like everyone's really loyal to their gym. It's not like there's one best jujitsu spot like Calabasas or wherever else where like everyone, like the top stars are all like glomming onto. It's more like you have your gym and another guy has their gym and they're all guys and you don't really talk about like
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
Tom Hardy went to mine, it'd be great. But
Dude, we got to make that happen. What's your workout routine in the gym?
I just do a standard kind of like push pull. Some of these, some of these, some of these.
Because I've been hitting it hard, and
Yeah. Equinox. Let's talk about
yeah.
Equinox.
Well, I ditched Gold's Gym because
That
honestly,
was
during the
that was
day, a
our
lot of
stomping
times,
ground for what, a few years.
few years, man, it's definitely a hilarious vibe, but there's a lot of stuff that they don't have, and there's no air conditioning, and it's kind of crazy people in there.
Yeah, that's
No
cool.
speed. Yeah, Equinox is fantastic, and there's one right by the where I work, the pickleball club. So I'm just joining that one. And it also so I can kill time in between lessons as well.
Great.
Yeah, hyped. But
Or when you go to a gym that you like.
for sure. But as far as like working out, man, I'm trying to gain muscle. Um, upper body, lower body, just because like you need to get strong with your legs and your hips and stuff for pickleball.
Hmm.
And secondly, like, yeah, dude, I've been fit for a while,
Yeah.
but I really want to feel strong, strong. So I'm getting there. It's listening to your body and lifting heavy.
Yeah, and none of it's exciting. It's like all kind of the same shit. Like free weights, like you kind of know what to do. It sucks. It always sucks. But also, what's your nutrition looking like? Because that's a big part of it.
I guess it's a big part. I mean, I've always kind of ate pretty healthy. Um, like you know, I try to limit bread. I eat a lot of protein. I don't drink alcohol or really eat bread during the week, except for like buns to hamburgers and stuff.
That's
But I eat like gluten-free pasta, gluten-free pizza, and yeah, dude, I usually have like chicken or beef or something at night.
yeah, it sounds good.
Yeah. Well, because when you say like, hey, it's probably how you eat, are you saying A, that you need to like eat like a lot of protein to gain more muscle mass, or are you saying like, hey, if you're eating like crap, you're gonna get a gut, or you just feel lethargic and bad?
Well, I think both are true. I'll eat right now I'm not eating any carbs because I'm trying to slim. Because bro, I was at ultra heavy for the weight class. And if
Yeah.
I were to stay in there, I'd be going up against guys who are like 20 pounds my weight.
But
So
you must be doing like less reps and really heavy weight because you do seem a little bulked. You were especially before.
oh yeah. Well before the biggest difference was the diet thing because I was eating like a half pound, like a half box of pasta for lunch every day. And then a pound of meat. But now I'm eating 2 pounds of protein and no pasta. That's the only difference.
Well, how's that supposed to? I mean, you're still just eating a shit ton of shit.
It's because I mean just the carb thing is way different than the protein thing. I don't
Well,
know, man. That's what I'm also not an expert in any of this. This is just what I've seen that works for me and like a lot of stuff, different
see,
stuff.
I think it's as long as you're eating pretty like balanced and generally stuff that's like satisfying your body in a good way. I
Yeah.
think I think how you train does matter. Like in a good amount, like more reps, less weight tends to lean you out, cut you up.
Mm,
More weight, less reps tends to bulk you up, is the idea.
that's true. And also how much cardio you got in there too.
Of
Um,
course.
I'm
Um,
doing I don't do any cardio in the gym, but like the jujitsu shit is heavy
yeah.
cardio. It's
Yeah. Yeah.
sweating.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny, cardio pickleball, but also it is good to get cardio on the treadmill or I like the elliptical, just go for a long time because it's like it smooths out my legs. Like it's like good cross training. But yeah, it's funny. I'm just trying to and at the end of the day, like you kind of got to leave feeling sore from the gym, which I'm not all the time at all.
Right.
I mean, are you usually sore after the gym?
Uh, mm, a little bit. It's not like crazy. It's a little bit. When I was more into the bulking bodybuilder shit, then yeah, because I would push. But just goals have changed a little bit. But bro, everything you're saying sounds great. You know the shit that you're doing with all the pickleball stuff and going to the gym and eating right and all, you're doing more than like 90% of guys our age, you know? Like,
Well, that's not saying that much though. It's something to appreciate, but yeah, I'm not trying to beat the 90 percentile at this point. I'm trying to be my best self. But like if you look back at earlier podcasts, I mean, I used to be a little, especially when I drink beer and eat bread during the week, like you pointed out, diet, like I was like bloated and shit. Like I'm
really? I'd have
like,
to hey, all
what
about
up?
mewing. That's that Gen Z.
What?
You know mewing? That's where you go like this. Just casual.
I don't.
The guy
What?
who wrote your
Please
jawline.
elaborate.
Bro, it's Gen Z. It's you work with kids.
But I haven't heard that term yet.
Now you know.
No, I don't. I didn't really hear what you said. You got to clarify more.
It's mewing. That's what it's called, mewing. That's what you just did for our audience. You just mewed the audience, bro.
Showed the jawline.
Yeah. Yeah, and you just kind of it's just casual. That's mewing.
And what's the reasoning? Just to show that you're chiseled?
That's it. What else?
I back that. Back that for show.
Mm-hmm.
They're on to something. No, we cover everything here.
We do. Bro, it would be interesting to look back. That's one of the great things about this video journal.
Yeah.
Like that's one of those things that you could just look back and be like, oh shit. You know?
I wasn't muling back then.
that's that's the biggest difference. Now every episode just a little.
I got a dude that we play pickleball with that could be a really fun guest.
The guy you play pickleball with?
A guy that we play pickleball with. I told him today that I was going to do the podcast, and he's an actor.
Look, bro, we can ramp up that guest thing as much as you want. We can start that shit up again. I love just talking to you. It is honestly, I mean, I prefer this shit.
Yeah.
Just because it's just like you're just hanging out. But like, if you want to start incorporating some guests and bringing them in, we could start doing that too. You know,
I definitely like that is probably smart to do. But we'll keep doing. I mean, hey, we're not in any rush. That's the beauty of it. It is really nice just doing this.
yeah, it's like once a week, regardless of whatever. It's just
Yeah,
we show
like,
up.
I love the idea of just having a log for one, but like,
bro, it's like a life log. It's so fucking
lifelong.
funny.
It's like we don't have to journal or anything, and
that's the thing.
I
And
mean,
I don't think anyone else has done this. And regardless of how we're going to be really fucking successful, just seeing how we've tracked so far. But like, regardless of that, if we keep this thing going, it'll be a fascinating thing.
study. It will be. Yeah, I know. Because like part of me, like reading Matthew McConaughey's book, The Green Lights.
Yeah.
When I saw that, I was like, damn, he really kept a good log of everything coming up. And I was a little jealous. Like, I'm not really a big journal guy, even though I don't like to pigeonhole myself. I don't love the idea of like writing my life down
On your bedside before you go to sleep. You're like,
dude,
bro, fuck that.
I like to write some stuff I'm appreciative of, actually, but like as far as being just trying to be objective and be like, this happened today, and this happened today, this happened today. Yeah, it could be good material, but like for like if you're gonna make a show out of it later or something. But
Yeah.
I kind of like this a little bit more.
Yeah. No one will really give a shit unless you make something of those notes, like you make a show or you write or you're Matthew McConaughey.
Could be great, which could be great. Yeah.
It
And
could be, but in its current form, it's nothing. No one's gonna read that shit. This in its current, we don't have to do anything with this. It's there, you know, and it's digestible and people will watch it. I've been listening to the podcast, the Entourage guy.
really,
Yeah, I've been keeping up on those.
I love it. I have too, and we just talked about it last night. I was with him last night.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
they're entertaining, bro. It's cool. It's cool seeing like I don't want to date him, but like a veteran of the industry. You know, he's a little further along. It's like a couple decades out.
Yeah, no shit, dude.
It's cool hearing his POV on everything.
It's so funny, man. He's such a character. I told him last time, I'm like, you don't give yourself enough credit, man. You say Sex and the City and The Sopranos were the only ones part of the HBO Renaissance. You were right there at that time too, man. And he's just like, I'm all right, okay. Like I get it. I'm like, that's not what you say on the podcast. You say the trolls come after you.
The trolls. He's always talking about the trolls.
Bro. All right, brother. Great fucking seeing you again.
Another one in the books. We'll do it again next week.
Sounds great, man.
Always good seeing you, bro.
But I'm gonna call you after this too.
Yeah.